I'm 14 and he's 19. What should I do? Call the police. Jail is a beautiful place for paedophiles.
Choose your fighter.
Hi everyone, my name is Tweety and today I wanted to come on Haz's channel to talk a little bit about the organisation that I'm a part of. So I'm a part of a student-run organisation called the People's Backpack, and our aim is to reduce the stigma that surrounds the refugees and asylum seekers in the UK and the whole world, and to raise awareness for them. We want to amplify their voices and empower them. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the refugee crisis that's going on in the world. So according to the UNHCR, a refugee is someone who is unable or unwilling to return to their country of origin owing to a well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group or political opinion. And as of towards the end of 2019, 79.5 million people have been forcibly displaced from their country of origin. 40% of these people who have been forcibly displaced are children. Refugees have to travel in unsafe and dangerous conditions, such as by makeshift boats due to the increase in surveillance in ports and tunnels. They're traveling in such conditions just to get to a place where they feel protected and safe and to resettle and find their forever homes. And these unsafe conditions that they travel in has gotten worse due to the coronavirus. Almost 4,900 people have crossed the channel in small boats since lockdown has begun, and this is thought to be more than double the amount of people who have crossed in the whole of 2019. In an ideal world, once these refugees have fled their country and arrived to their destination, they would have to seek for resettlement and they would have to seek for an asylum, which can be granted from a month to years. Right now in the UK, people seeking refugee status are banned from working whilst they wait, and this can be again from months to years, and they would have to live off only £5.66 per day, and they would have to manage that through their families and themselves. One key important fact to note is that it's not illegal to seek asylum even if they have travelled irregularly. The right to seek asylum in another country for those who have lost the protection of their own country is enshrined in Article 14 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But these refugees and asylum seekers are not just statistics. They have their own important personal stories, they have families and they have hobbies, and they're people and human beings just like us, and that's what we're trying to do by raising awareness for them. One of our aims is to have fundraisers and have our own backpack, which would include contents together from those who can provide us with educational resources, stationaries, access to libraries, first aid kits, vouchers from supermarkets, and basic resources that everyone needs. And then we'll be working with our local refugee organisations, where we will personally go and hand out the backpacks to the refugees, demonstrate how these resources can be used. We're also aiming to provide refugees with workshops such as laughter therapy. You can find out more about us on our website or Instagram, and other ways that you can help refugees in your local area. First of all is just to be a nice person, be open to hear about other stories and not judge them. Secondly, you can get involved by volunteering. You can search up resources from Help Refugees or Refugees Action. If you're a student in a university, you can join STAR, which is Student Action for Refugees. If your university don't have STAR, there are other ways that you can start your own society or your own project to help make a difference. So thank you, Haz, for giving me the opportunity to be on her channel today and letting me talk about an issue that I find really important and that I'm very passionate about. Thank you.
Hello to the grooviest of girls. We are back today with another confessions video. I cannot believe how many people have asked for this so quickly after, and I know I say that every single time, but you guys literally are in love with this series and I'm so happy about it. Obviously, again, I do just want to say a massive shout out to Alex, who even created this series. She's an American YouTuber, super cool. If you do want to check out her version of this series, which she did create herself, do head down into the description. I'm always going to give credit where credit's due, obviously. Also, if you didn't catch the Q&A that I did a couple of days ago, which was questions I have been avoiding, exciting. You wouldn't know, but I have some very, very big plans for the confession series. I'm not gonna say too much on it, but I am super, super excited. And you guys should too if you love the People's Diary. It's gonna be a lot more frequent, possibly on different platforms. I'm not giving too much away here, but we have some big plans in the process. Maybe with some other people. I don't know, you know? I'm not saying too much. I feel like I always forget to make a disclaimer if it wasn't obvious by the titles, and I feel like anyone within their right mind would know that this is for a mature audience, but that's all I'm saying. But without further ado, let's get straight back into the confessions. Sorry. So I just went on to the first confession. Oh my god, I actually am crying my eyes out. Just how fast-paced this confession move really hit home. I keep looking for ways to have sex with myself. I shag my desk. I shove a toothbrush up my vagina. And I snog my teddy whilst humping a cushion. Can girls come? Because I think I did. I can't say I've shagged a desk or done any of the below, but it's all part of discovering what you like, I guess. I don't know how old you are, but you are definitely experimenting. Oh god, that's really tickled me. Hi darling.
What can I help you with, love?
I just thought I'd read you a confession I got sent in. You ready? I low-key really want to fuck Freya. You're like, sign me up!
I literally just drank a bit of my coffee about that. I mean, does everyone know?
This is news?
This is public knowledge. Hi everyone.
We love to see it.
Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get you. Wow, whoever that was, that's very sweet in a weird way. I've been dating a teacher at my school for the past 3 years. Backstory. We were in the same school and dated 2 years before. He left school, started his internship at our school, so in other words, he had to sign a contract for the school. Teachers and the principal know. I mean, he wasn't a teacher at the old school, right? You just went to school together. The thing is, I'm 2 months away from finishing school and we didn't do the deed, but we unsuccessfully did some butt stuff in the shower. I'm a week late and I'm stressing. Is it even possible to fall pregnant like this? I'm stressed as fuck. I don't think it is possible to be pregnant from anal penetration. No, it's not. 2 completely different holes, darling. But I feel bad for you because at first when I was like, oh, you're dating a teacher, I thought, whoa, he overstepped the line. But you were students when you met, so I feel like that really isn't that bad. But no, you're not pregnant. Once my period leaked during class, and because I was so embarrassed and it looked like red paint, just walked out and left it. I thought the cleaners would come and wipe it down, except for the next day when I came into the class, it was still there and one of the boys in the class sat on it. Personally, I would have just cleaned it even if it looked like red paint, just to remove the evidence, but also it wouldn't look obvious to anyone else that I was cleaning my period blood. I feel like you could have had an easy escape, you just made it difficult for yourself. Also, ew, getting someone else to clean up your period blood, that's foul. I really fancied my mum's cousin and he really likes me. I'm 14 and he's 19, what should I do? Call the police. Jail is a beautiful place for paedophiles. I orgasm by using the crossed leg strategy. I need to make sure I'm not the only one who does that. What is a cross-legged strategy? Google doesn't want to tell me what that is, but I have a feeling it's when you sit and you have your heel near your vagina. Wouldn't that hurt a lot? I'd rather just use a dildo, to be honest. Speaking of female masturbation, I actually have a very, very exciting sponsor for today's video, which I feel like you guys are just expecting at this point. First of all, I do just want to disclaim that female masturbation is nothing to be ashamed of. I feel like people need to embrace it a lot more. I know a lot of people feel embarrassed or weird when they talk about masturbation as if it's something to feel guilty of, but we seriously need to destigmatize this taboo because it's life-changing when you embrace the fact that you masturbate, and you're very open about it too. So for this video I am collaborating with Lelo. Lelo is a sexual wellness brand and they use their brand clout to be very, very vocal about sexual pleasure and breaking down the taboo that we have when discussing female masturbation. So let's just dive straight into it. Through education, Lelo aim to remove the stigma around female masturbation, and personally I am so here for this female empowerment. I really feel like it's something we need to take back for ourselves, but you seriously need to find what you like, dislike, what really hits that spot, you know, in order to have full control over your body. And I promise you, once you find this, you feel so much more confident. But this is what it's all about. It's all about experimenting, discovering what your likes and dislikes are, and Lelo has actually made me feel so comfortable within myself and my sexuality, but it's also allowed me to step out of my comfort zone in the process. I mean, a few years back when I just hit 18, I would never have have been this confident in the bedroom, and I also wouldn't have been this confident with masturbation and speaking so openly about it. I literally used to cringe whenever me and my friends would speak about masturbation, even at like 17. I mean, it's all part of growing up, and it's all part of discovering, as I said, what you like. Lelo have a wide range of toys on their website, which is what actually helped me step out of my comfort zone. Their toys are literally insane, and they have such a variety as well. I feel like some toys can look really intimidating, but the Lelo ones, because they're supplied with so much information, along with how to practice safe sex, solo sex, pretty much any advice that you would need from an agony aunt, it's all on Lelo's website and their blog. On top of this, there is also how to maintain your product and keep it clean, and it actually has a 10-year guarantee, but also a year warranty, which is really good as well. I'm now going to dive into a little bit of a deeper topic. But I actually discovered that I needed a gynecological checkup because of sex toys, which is going to sound so bizarre, but it quite literally saved my life. I thought I'd share it with you guys because it is very important. So I began having discomfort during masturbation, and this eventually led to even more discomfort during sex, and this is why I'm weirdly happy that I was experimenting with my own sexual pleasure so much, because I realized it wasn't the boy and it was actually a problem with me. Not to boost their ego or anything, but I did question it sometimes, you know, just being blinded by the light here while I was talking about my sexual struggles. So thanks to trusty old masturbation, I actually caught something in the very early stages, and if I allowed it to develop without it being noticed, wouldn't have been the best of news. So I'm now luckily in the process of getting that treated, don't stress. But imagine that, not only did sex toys bring me pleasure, but they also quite frankly saved my life, which I just think is so bizarre. And I really wanted to share it with you guys because obviously it is so important to push to get checked. If you do have a worry or a cause for concern and the NHS aren't looking into it as deeply as you want, smear test age is 25, which I think is just ridiculous. I think it should be lowered. Then please save your monies and go get privately checked. But the main point is just make sure that if you do feel something is wrong within yourself, you know your body better than anyone, so just keep pushing until you have answers and hopefully you can get it sorted. So before I end this segment, I do just want to bring your attention to the orgasm gap and the whole reason in general why it actually exists, because as a woman I am pretty shocked, to be honest. I don't know what the hell is going on with the sun, but it just doesn't like me today. So the orgasm gap is the understanding that within a heterosexual relationship, a woman is experiencing less orgasms than men. We're not going to allow this to happen, are we? No. That's why we're being so vocal about female masturbation. So the reason for this is that we are actually neglecting our female anatomy, but it's also due to the stigma that we should feel guilty for masturbating, which I literally do not give a shit. So I've actually done my research here, and in 2016 there was a study conducted from 52,000 people in the US, so that's actually quite a lot of people. This included people who sexually identified as lesbian, bisexual, straight, and 95% of the heterosexual men said that they usually or always orgasm during sex, whereas 65% of women said that they were least likely to orgasm during sex. That's really sad. I personally feel that this statistic is absolutely appalling, and I obviously want to contribute to a better change because we deserve to feel just as much sexual pleasure as straight men. We all do. And solo sex is where it all begins. Pleasure has absolutely no gender, and the positives of using a sex toy is, as I said before, you discover exactly what you like and what you don't like. You can then use this in the bedroom. You can be more vocal and feel more confident during sex. I used to have a massive problem with not being vocal during sex, and it really hindered the process. In fact, I highly encourage this. So ladies and everybody else in between, let's get more comfortable with our bodies. It is so important. Allow it to feel what it needs to feel, because it's actually really good for your mental health. It releases endorphins, and personally I feel like we all need that. Apart from that, let's carry on with the confessions. And obviously thank you Lelo for sponsoring this video. It means the world for a series that is always demonetized. Here's to good sexual health, darlings. When I first had sex, the guy told me to bend over, and I'm pretty sure he said kneel down. So I got off the bed and knelt on the floor as if I was about to pray. So I lost my virginity in a threesome to two random guys. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine anything worse. I mean, all for a threesome, but oh my god, not for your first time. I never met them before that night, and my best friend and her boyfriend always make jokes about having a threesome. And one time we all got hammered and decided that we was gonna have one. So when she left the room, I sucked her boyfriend off and almost shagged him, and then she threw up and we never had a threesome, so that's kind of awkward. So he pretty much just cheated on his girlfriend with you, who happens to be the best friend. Yeah, it didn't quite work out how she planned, did it? I mean, I personally think you should have just been like, whoa, Jessica's not here, mate, you know? But I felt like you desperately wanted to sleep with her boyfriend, otherwise you wouldn't have done it, so shit on you. My boyfriend f***ed his ex-girlfriend and lied to me about it for 3 months, so when we split up I f***ed his brother. His older brother. Oh, even more exciting. I was gonna say if he's younger, that might be a bit weird. Not so much a secret, but I had my first kiss to Paris by the 1975. I thought you would appreciate the vibes. I really do. Just want a boyfriend to the 1975 with. Like, is that literally too much to ask? I used to be scared of my granddad, but now he's passed away and I feel really guilty. I shouldn't laugh at that. That's actually quite horrible. I'm not laughing at him passing away. Rest in peace. That's all I'm gonna say. Cleo! I once ate my period blood and it kind of didn't taste that bad. No! Okay, this one's really interesting. I was raised in an orgy family. I know that sounds weird, but just hear me out. I was raised by 6 moms and 8 dads and 16 kids. We all lived on the same block and our parents all like all the time. For the most part, the kids knew who their parents were, but there were a few who didn't really know who the dad was until a paternity test. I was raised by my lesbian mums and gay dads. That's really interesting. It was kind of f***ed up. Oh, okay, you don't think it's that interesting then. All his kids were around the same age, and my half-sister and this other guy from the orgy family got married. Don't worry, no blood relations, but it's just still weird to know that your parents have each other. I don't really know my opinion on this because you're not related, but that is really weird to know that your parents have fucked each other. The whole orgy family thing is kind of ancestral anyway. I don't know if I could do that personally, but it's your sex life at the end of the day, so I don't know how I feel about that. That's a very, very, very unique, interesting situation. I don't know why every time I shit, I get a boner. Me and my best friend lost our virginity to the same boy. I feel like that's actually quite a common thing, especially when you're in like high school. Not that I ever slept with the same person that my best friend did, but we definitely got with, like, kiss. One day I was going into my dad's room to get something and I went in the room and he was fully naked. Guess what I could see? His penis. It was really awkward and my dad tried to cover it. And now to this day I regret it. What do you regret? Him covering it? Don't sexualize your family members. I think that's a you problem, Cleo, not your dad. I have ducked my cousin. Well, at least you didn't fuck him. We have an update on the teacher-student lockdown situation, which was in my old confessions video. His girlfriend is pregnant and so am I. Well, if there's one person I would not want to be right now, it is you. That's really bitchy, but it's the truth. I love my best friend, don't get me wrong, but her voice annoys me so much and it puts me off wanting to spend time with her. And that's on being a toxic best friend. I was having sex and I was on top and I went to kiss his neck, as you should, queen. I went to get up, but only I couldn't. I only fucking when I got my nose ring stuck in a fluffy pillow that was under his head. Honestly, the most embarrassing thing. Well, I was about to say I don't really wear big earrings, but here I am with hoops galore. I've definitely had my earrings caught or like ripped out during the deed. Maybe we should all just remember to take our earrings out. I'm adopted and I have a brother. He's 21 and I am 16. We have sex. Great. But the thing is, he lives with his pregnant wife and I don't really know what to do because I enjoy sleeping with him. I mean, it's weird because technically now you have the same parents. I know you're not blood related, but like, don't think I could do that because like I would just see him as a brother. I feel like you should probably bend that off and get like an actual partner, someone that isn't kind of related to you. I hump my teddies every night. Why is that a common theme in today's episode? And I imagine I'm a dentist giving people procedures. I stopped being friends with my best friend of 6 years because she supports Donald Trump and says all lives matter instead of Black Lives Matter. From the wise words of Olivia and Flossie. As you should, queen. My mum had an obsession with 5D diamond art and she got a delivery and I thought it was one, so I opened it. It was actually a vibrating dildo and I'd already found her first one in the kitchen cupboard. Me and my boyfriend later had sex that day and we used the dildo while we did it. My mum still doesn't know. Ew! Ew! You've used the same... Ew. Why did you have to use it? You used it first, but like she wouldn't have known that you used it, so I hope... Oh my god, I hope you cleaned it. That would actually make me feel sick. So groovy girls, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another The People's Diary. All of the important links that you will need after today's video will be in the description. Do remember to head over to my link tree. That has got so many important links, guys, including so many that I haven't mentioned today. Do make sure you check out Lelo in the description as well. And aside from that, I love you all so much and I will see you in the next video.